Tell me when, Jen.
It was a good opening line.
You were born an original. Don't die a copy. So said John Mason, and that sentence has actually impacted me very deeply. Because are you leading copycat lives? Are people telling you to be like themselves instead of allowing you to be you? Are you emulating other people, successful people, in order to achieve the same success that they have by trying to be them and forgetting all about being yourself? Be yourself. Your greatest success lies in being yourself. An incident happened a very long time ago when I was at university that has never left me since it has happened. So I was at university and studying a science program. It was my undergrad year. And I met this professor. Most of our professors were in the age group of 30 to 40 years. This one, when he came in, was 80. He was bent, very dignified, silver white hair, gaunt, very distinguished. He used to wear these navy blue or dark grey suits with a very elegant silver tie, polished black shoes. But he was, it appeared to the rest of us, very eccentric. So he used to walk into the lab, and just imagine this, it's one of these old buildings, you know, the old, have you been to England? Have you seen Victoria Terminus?
Mm-hmm.
That kind of old Gothic structure. Mm-hmm. And lots of wide stone staircases, and there were turrets and towers. And this poor old man had been given an office on the very topmost room of one of those turrets. And he could barely walk. But he used to walk, all humped, and he used to walk. Well, he came into the lab one day, the very first day that I met him, with a bunch of colored chalks. These were pre-internet days when there still used to be blackboards. And he used to draw these most marvelous three-dimensional pictures of organs and livers and, you know, whatever it was that we were learning that day. And because I like sketching, I was fascinated by his art. And I used to wonder, why did he come 4 hours before a talk and draw all of these beautiful pictures, give the talk that bored us to death? None of us listened because he had the most boring style ever. He hadn't taken a public speaking course, obviously. And then seconds later, after giving a talk that no one listened to, he used to erase the board and go away, and then come back the next day and start all over again. 4 hours before class to draw those pictures and then to give us a boring talk. So I was puzzled by this, and I was gradually beginning to feel a little bit of tenderness towards him because of, you know, his art and the trouble he took. And I couldn't understand what motivated this man to do this day in after day, climb those rickety stairs in this humped state of, you know, really aged difficulty that he had in coming to class and going through all of these motions over again. And the class used to snigger at it. Well, one fine day he walked in and he was wearing a purple hat with a green feather. The rest of him was very distinguished. And we were riveted. We were just gasping at his hat and looking at the hat. Once again, we didn't listen to anything he said. We were just fascinated by the hat he was wearing. And he went through the motions, and he finished the day. Nothing of what he had said had penetrated. He erased the blackboard, and he trudged off again. A few days later, he showed up with his bright pink tie with green turtles on it. And we still did not understand. The sniggering grew louder at the back of the class. I was beginning to feel really, really worried. I said, does this man not have a wife? Is he colorblind? Can't he see that this tie does not match the rest of him? And can't he hear the sniggering? Is he completely deaf? But I didn't say anything. But my heart was in my mouth. A few days later, he came in, and instead of standing like he normally did when he was talking, he sat down. And then he crossed his legs and he uncrossed his legs. You know, when you cross your legs and you're wearing trousers, your trousers lift up a little and reveals your socks. Well, to my complete alarm, Every time he crossed and uncrossed his legs, he revealed a bright flash of flaming orange socks. There were roars of laughter in the back seat. And I had tears in my eyes because this was my good friend who took all this trouble to draw these beautiful drawings. And now he had completely embarrassed himself by wearing orange socks. I went rushing to him right after the class. And I said, Professor Munshi, orange socks. You're wearing orange socks. Why? Can you not see it's a different color from the trousers you're wearing? And he said these words to me that I have never forgotten. He said, I'm wearing these orange socks for you. I wore these socks for you. I've been teaching for many years, and in every few years, there'll be one student that will come forward and ask me about the orange socks. And this year, it's you. And I said, but why? And he said, I'm not here to teach you biology, in case you haven't noticed. I have. I've noticed that none of you have been listening to me. And that's fine. So long as you noticed my orange socks, everything else did not matter. What I want to tell you is the world will try to make you walk like them, talk like them, dress like them. See, I'm wearing all my Oxfords and all the accoutrement, everything that I have to wear that makes me look like everyone else. But underneath, I wear those orange socks. And I know I have put on those orange socks to remind me that under all of this, I'm still me. And he says, I want you to remember that the world will try and change you. But you honor yourself and honor your uniqueness, because only when you do that will the world stop and listen to what you have to say. You were born an original. Don't forget that. Don't die a copy. And when you're going on your journey to success, don't forget to pack your orange socks.